absolutely delighted to introduce to you today Divyatha Kota, who is a Montessorian and is doing excellent work with children with all kinds of special educational needs, learning disabilities, and also working with IT. So thank you for coming and joining us, Divyatha, and we're looking forward to hearing what you have to say. She's going to be presenting on a very interesting and important topic, and that is the use of play, particularly with young people who have mental health issues. And I think this is a subject which is close to many of us at the moment, and I'm sure that her work is going to inform us and hopefully enable us to think more about our practice in a day-to-day manner. Can I just remind people of the rules that we operate with in this forum? Can you please all make sure that your microphones are muted during the presentation? We don't interrupt the speaker at all. We will allow time for questions at the end. And when Divyatha has finished her presentation, which usually lasts about 25 minutes, half an hour, we will then invite questions. You have a hand-raising facility at the bottom of your screen. So if you raise your hand after the presentation, if you have a question, and then bring people in turn. So thank you very much for your cooperation. If I could ask you all to make sure your microphones are switched off now, and I'm going to hand over to today's speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you all for joining us this evening. On behalf of the team at MIRA, I'm happy to share the findings of the study that we have done. Your presence means a lot to us, and we are excited to talk you through this presentation. Yeah, let's start. Let it be in the first slide, sir. I will let you know when to move. Thank you for doing it for me. Yes. Just as the title says, it's Playful Minds. Just to spark our playful minds, I would like to ask you all a question. And what does the word play mean to you? You can just type the words in the chat. We'll just take a minute or two. I'm just going to read the words that I see in the chat. Explore, fun, bonding. Bonding, play means fun and enjoyment, fun. Unstructured, an enjoyable way of exploring our world, experience through hand, heart, and mind. Thank you for all the words. I think it means for a lot of us, it means fun. But with fun, I think there's a lot of other impacts and benefits that play brings in when we are working with children and teens. Yeah, next slide, sir. Yeah, just wanted to walk you through the session. There are 7 parts in this. The first is the power of play. I'm going to just give us the points about how we can enter into the world of a child through a non-judgmental way through play. And then why we are doing this, how are we going to explore and what are the core goals of the research will be the second part. The third is the methodology, how we have taken up mixed method approach, and we'll be discussing the assessment framework too. The fourth is a student case studies and the results. The fifth is beyond the study and what we have thought that we should be from our study, what are the strategies that we can use in integrating in mainstream schools, in therapy centers, or any other learning centers. And the sixth part is the conclusion and the impact of play. It's just summarizing the whole session for us and the vision for the future, where I'm going to talk about Mira's mission and call to action and how the future is going to be playful for all of us. Next slide, sir. So the section 1 is the power of play. And I think we all know it's the fundamental tool, and we all have played in our from in our childhood. I think we all should keep playing until we are there in this world. And especially, we are going to talk about the emotional well-being for neurodivergent individuals. The study is about that. Next slide, sir. So the playful minds, it's the language that everyone understands, and through play we have understood, we've been able to discover the interest of children and teens, and through play we have built skills and confidence. And I would just like to bring your attention to the pictures of what is being placed there. So it is the children whom we work with at Mira. So they come with a notion that they can play only with this kind of objects, and how their interests are widened, and how they explore a lot of things through play. Thank you. The next slide, sir. And we feel it's beyond the textbook and it matters a lot, play. And as we all said in our chat, that play is fun. And I would just like to say that it's not just fun, it's a fundamental human need. We all love to play, and we start playing only first. And at Mira, we have found that it's a very powerful therapeutic tool for emotional well-being, where the child is feeling heard, whereas the child is feeling safe, and it it gives us a way and it's a gateway to growth. Next slide, sir. And this is something very close to us. It's a silent language of minds, as we have many children who speak, who do not speak, who have other ways of communication, but through play, we get to observe, we get to understand, and because it's so familiar and they get engaged very instantly, I think being comfortable will help them to be exploring many things in the sessions. And also, as they are playing, as it is very engaging, and as they're exploring by themselves, they tend to calm down in the sessions. Next slide, sir. And now we will talk about the whys, why we did this study at Mira. So we wanted to know the two main things about the play's impacts on communication, self-esteem, and anxiety. Next slide, sir. Yeah, the inquiry started as like we observed children, what were their experiences when we gave them certain objects, certain activities, and when we witnessed those experiences in the sessions, this led to a deeper exploration of play's role. Next. And through that, we aimed at to understand the benefits of play, to gauge the role of structure and unstructured play. We could study the emotional expression, regulation, and self-esteem, how it has increased in children, and also enabling problem solving, flexibility, and anxiety reduction. Next slide, sir. And section 3 is the methodology. We had a mixed method approach, and we used both way quantitative and qualitative framework for through play. Next slide, sir. So the mixed method journey, how it was for, we had blended observation with measurable progress, and through observing children and conversations with parents after the sessions, through the sessions also, it helped us a lot. So we combined the qualitative insights and the quantitative data to have a whole view or a holistic view of our method. And we had a rating scale, a simple one to track the growth in a very descriptive way. Yeah. So when a student came in, we had our initial assessments, and that helped us evaluating them through the sessions. And the interventions had both structured and unstructured play. And systematically, we collected data, and we had an analysis of it also. Next slide, sir. Our rating scale was to just make it very easy and understandable to any of us. We had the score 0 as never. The child didn't do this at all at that time of when we had facilitated. Sometimes we had seen the child or the teen doing it. Quite a lot of time we have seen them, and all the time the child has exhibited these skills. And this system helped us to get a very clear picture of how they were developing. Thank you. Now, I would like to present student case studies and the results. It's individual. Some are individual case studies. Some had happened in a group. I would like to explain as the slide moves on. Yes, sir. Next. So our participants were 8 participants ranging from the age group of 3 to 15 years old. And the sessions were in varied frequencies. Some children came to us twice a week. Some of them came only once a week. Some of them had individual sessions. Some of them had group sessions. So, and we had the percentage of structured and unstructured play according to their profiles, their interest, and how they led the sessions. That's how we began our journey with each student there. Thank you. Next slide, sir. Yeah. So this is one of the case study that I would be discussing now. This child who came to us at the age of 3, and this is the until he was 5 years. It was a transformative journey for all of us at Mira. He used to come to us twice a week, and each session was for 45 minutes. With this child and the profile that he was in, we had 50% of structured and 50% of unstructured play. And it would always begin with unstructured play because that's how we will know, we will understand through observations what is that interest him, where are his rigidities, how is he problem solving and all that. And that's when we introduce the structured play too with him. And our focus was on communication, improving gestures, starting with non-verbal, maybe then it's verbal also. Then awareness of the needs, being letting us know that they are thirsty or they want to use the washroom, and also the problem solving skills. Like if they don't have anything that's part of the set in a toy in a set toys, and how do they use other things to manipulate their way of playing there. Thank Yeah, next slide, sir. And this is the other one more child. We've just placed two study here, just for understanding that the previous child had come twice a week, and the student now that we are seeing has come only once a week. And the facilitation happened for the same 45 minutes, but the areas that the child has progressed, or we have seen the progression, is very different from the child who has come twice a week to us. So sometimes doing it many times, in a week, more than once, sometimes it helps for children. And also at Mira, where we have the parent in the session, it helps us to tell the parent what are the things that they can take away at home, and how can they play with their children at home in the most comfortable environments that they are going to be there. Yes, sir. Next slide. And this is a student who is a teen, and this two students that we have we have put it in our presentation. They started at the age of 13, and now they are 15, and we used to have once a week 45-minute session. And because they had a way of playing, and they had a way of they wanted more of a structure. It was little challenging to give them an unstructured play, because without rules and regulations, they didn't know how to manipulate the materials that was given to them. I'm sorry. Because they were already had a pattern to play, it was building new ones was a little challenging. But I think when we give it to them in a very non-judgmental spaces, I think they get to do that, try and explore. One second, I'll just sip a little water. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm so sorry for the disturbance. Yeah. So with this student, we started with a structure, because that's how they were able to take in. And we could see they were unlearning the old patterns and building the new ones. And through this study, our focus was establishing personal space. We practiced relaxation techniques. We had I helped them to identify emotions. We labeled the emotions, and we also asked, if you want a break, we need to ask and use it for your calming space. Yeah. Yes, sir. Next one, please. And here, as we have named, it's unlearning and rebuilding. This was the other student in the same group. He was also around 11 years, and then the study was until he was 13 years old. It was only weekly one sessions with him, and the way he had developed, and how the way he has taken the play, the same kind of activities was presented to all the students in the group, but how each student has taken it, how they have enabled them, and how they have able to practice in their own life. Yes, sir. Next one. So just wanted to give you all a visual story of what happens in an unstructured play. So I just wanted you all to visualize something. So a young child or a young teen who walks in, and we have these play equipments and everything kept there, and they walk through the session rooms and they pick up things that they want to play with. And when they are playing with those objects, we get to know how they use their hands, how they know handle the objects, how they want to play. And when you join in them in that process, actually they allow us to be part of their journey too. And slowly we also put our hands into what they are doing. They're playing. Sometimes we put our hands into what they are playing. Sometimes we have the similar thing in our hands and we play, and they get to see what we are playing in that process also. And these are some of the glimpses of the sessions that has happened. So this is very young child who used to love to play with sand, and he usually likes the dry sand and not much of a no wet sand. And slowly how he saw us playing with wet sand and how he loved shapes, and how he was able to see that when in the wet sand, when you put the shapes, he was able to bring that shape, and in the dry sand it was not possible. And that's when he started putting his hands into the wet sand, and he loved playing after that. So he came with some kind of a rigidity to play, or he had his own way of playing. But then as he observed, and he thought he can also play like this, he started doing it. And he's a child who loves to pick up leaves, to pick up twigs, to pick up flowers on the way to the session. So as he brings in, and he could see that in the wet material, he was able to put everything, and in the dry, it was not. So this was something that I wanted to share with you all. And the next picture is a child who was who would not hold a chalk piece, or who would not hold any kind of a writing implement for that. But when we gave him, or when we saw him, when he saw us, that we could scribble on the board, or we could do anything in the board with color chalk, with white chalks, with different kind of mediums, he was no he started off taking the chalk piece and scribbling on the board. And that's when he started to draw circles. And it was a very beautiful moment. I think we cherish it until now, where he is holding the chalk piece and he wants to do the circles. And then after that, after putting a circle, there were many other moments like this, where he drew a rectangle, lines and diagonals and everything. And also a little bit of drawing, whatever. And if you ask him what it is, he will tell us. He will say the name of what he's drawing there. And the last picture is a child who has, I think he has never explored the part of kitchen set and all, playing with kitchen set. So he would always go there to pick up the things of the stove and everything, but he never ventured into it. Slowly, once he saw that we were cooking something that he likes, like waffles or something, and then he said, let's make waffles together today. And that's when he picked up all the toys of kitchen, and that's how he spread it. And then he said, I want the waffle batter. And then we mixed everything with maida. And it was such a joyful moment for him, where he also narrated what he was doing through that as he was playing with the set of that. And this is just a story of what happens in the sessions. And that's the power of unstructured play. Next slide, sir. Yes. And the key findings in the study was that play fosters communication. And yes, sorry. Play fosters communication and it reduces anxiety and boosts self-esteem. So it helps children to connect, whether they are verbal or non-verbal. Without words, they are able to connect to us. The trust, they are building trust as because we are also doing the same things as they are doing, and we are respecting their space and respecting what they are doing. It helps them to connect and develop a trust with us. And unstructured play gives the children a space to use their imagination. However they want to use, they can use the toy materials or any activity that is being presented to them. And as they are doing this, we have seen that communication grows, whether it can be a gesture, it can be a word, it can be a phrase, but it grows stronger and stronger as the child feels safe and being happy in the moment. And it bridges many of the communication gaps. And through observation, we have, it shows it is a real, one second. Yeah, it makes a very real difference when we have seen children playing and how it fosters communication. And the second finding was how it reduces anxiety, and especially first it boosts the self-esteem of any teen or a child, and it helps them to calm. They feel less worried as because it's something that's very familiar to them. It is something that they know, and it is something that's they know how to manipulate with that toy or any material. So they are at ease when they are doing all that. And we have seen across the ages, the age doesn't matter at all, and how these activities or the play has built confidence in them. And as we all say that it's more than fun, it's a healing and a good for emotional health too. And as they are doing, they have a sense of accomplishment. They feel they have taken something, they have played with it, and they have done something with that, and that gives them a joy, and that's very crucial for mental well-being. Next slide, sir. Yeah, at Mira, play is we've taken it as a holistic approach. So across the settings, we have done it in one-on-one. We have done in twinning where two students come together. We have done it in group sessions. We have, it was guided by observation. Through observation, we understood, we recognized their interest, and the engagement or the facilitation was through creative media. We used stories, we used art materials, we used movement, and we used many games. And also it was supported by sensory tools, toy manipulations, where lots of calming strategies, and thus came about emotional regulation too. Next slide, sir. So as we did this study, we got to understand some of the practical applications that can be applied in mainstream schools, in therapy centers. There are just some ideas that we can implement in various spaces where children get to do play, therapy, or they are in a school setup. Yes, sir. Next slide, sir. So to reimagine the curriculums, how to integrate play in daily routines, and how as a warm-up activity, play should be included in school and therapy centers. And because it allows the child to calm and settle when they're emotionally set, they're able to learn, the cognition happens, they're able to understand. And also it fosters engagement between the facilitator and the child, which is very, very important, and we need to take that as a very important criteria before we start teaching them anything as such. Next slide, sir. And the other initiative was a Playbox initiative. We felt it's a very essential tool in a classroom. I think we should equip all teachers in school for emotional support, that they should have something like a play box. It can be different sizes, it can be of different materials, it can be of anything that you'll know the child better. So know what your child's interest, what will help them to calm down during their meltdowns. I think those are the things can go in a box like this. It should be something very accessible for teachers, for therapists, for educators, so that they can immediately use it and support the child during the meltdowns. Next slide, sir. And we believe that play is not only for childhood or for younger children or any age or anything. I think play is for all ages. It's beyond childhood. So even we have seen teens and young adults, they when they are in a new environment, they experience anxiety. And when you playfully engage with them, we have seen that we have observed that the students are able to work with the next activity, or they are able to sit down or be able to engage with the activity materials and the facilitator. And it is so familiar, and it helps them to interact with us. And because it is there, they are doing it, it is a very they are self-motivated to interact with us, and they are comfortable in those spaces. Next slide, sir. So we have, it's in a very non-judgmental environment. We are creating spaces where every child can thrive. It provides a safe and an environment where, and it's very crucial for any child, any child, and especially for the neurodivergent children and teens. It enhances cognition and overall well-being. Next slide, sir. So the sixth one is about the conclusion, and we are going to speak about the impact of play here. So in the study, we have understood that play heals and connects, and it nurtures thinking and emotional wellness, especially in a very inclusive environments, and where there is a supportive space. I think children thrive, teens thrive, all of us will thrive. And it's a universal tool. Its benefits extends to everyone, and we must prioritize play in education, therapy, and mental health programs. And here I want to acknowledge that a child's potential is truly unlocked when everyone involved in their journey comes together. And this study reflects that collective effort matters a lot. I think with gratitude, I would thank all the families, the professionals, and the young voices who made this exploration possible. And of course, it was inspired by pioneers in play therapy and backed by research and emotional and social learning. Next. Yeah. So the vision for the future, would just like to present Meera's vision and call to action for playful and inclusive future for all of us and for all the children in the future. Yes, sir. Next slide, sir. So Meera's vision is educate, empower, and embrace. Our mission is nurturing every mind through compassionate practice. So be part of our journey in fostering playful minds. Next slide, sir, the last one. We feel the future is playful. Play is the cornerstone of mental health and development. A world where neurodiversity is celebrated and supported. And let's play our way to a brighter and more inclusive tomorrow. Thanks a lot. The last one, it's thank you. And any questions you have, I'm there to answer.
Thank you very much for a most entertaining and informative presentation, Divyatha. It's excellent. Good to hear. Excellent work you're doing there. And particularly, I think with children who may well need quite a lot of support in order to learn how to play, which may sound like a strange thing for many children, but I know some children have difficulties with social and developing the skills that are required. So so well done, excellent work.
Thank you.
Would you please raise your hand, colleagues, if you have a question that you would like to ask, and I will try and bring people in one at a time. I don't see any hands raised at the moment. I did have one question actually about parents. You mentioned you have parents fully involved in this program. Have you had any parents who have been reluctant to be participants?
Yeah. Yes, sir, they have been. So, especially when we are playing, we need to be in with the children, right? We need to be in their level. They will be sitting down, they will be rolling sometimes, and they'll be doing a lot of other things, which as a parent, sometimes we feel it's a little silly to do all those things because we have crossed all that journey of us. So it is very difficult for a parent. Sometimes it's very challenging to come to the level of the child and play with the child. But what we have seen in sessions is that when we do that as a facilitator, there is a point where we have seen a parent who was sitting in the chair for most of the part of the session, and through the number of sessions, maybe 3 months or 4 months, where father or the mother who has seen us playing and who have seen the child is also getting engaged, that's when they shift themselves. They try to say, oh, if I'm going to that level, I think my child is also engaging with me. And that's when they know, I think we all have our own rigidities also. And when we see that a child is coming forward to communicate in a way, I think we also change. And that's when we have seen the parents also coming to the level of the child. And it's okay to be silly. It's okay to do things the child is doing, or it's okay to tap the child is tapping any material with a rope or with any kind of a stick or anything like that. And that's how the child is actually looking at you and saying, oh, you're doing what I'm doing, and let's see what I would like to be with you. And that's a starting point for us.
Right. And do you find any difference, for instance, between mothers and fathers and their attitudes to this?
Yes. I think it depends sometimes. Sometimes I've seen fathers who are very open, and it also depends upon the relationship that they have with their child. So we have seen the father being not coming to the level of the child and playing, and we have seen the mother also the way that they really they feel the child has to engage with them only in one particular way. And if they don't see that particular way, we have seen mothers also not playing with the child the way that we want them to play. So it depends upon the relationship the parent has with the child, whether it's a father or the mother.
Right, thank you. Do we have anybody else with questions, please? Please do raise your hand if you want to come in. Don't be shy. As you see, this is a very friendly forum and everybody enjoys participation. Surely there must be somebody else after such a stimulating presentation who has a comment or a question. Rajesh, are you raising a hand there? No. Okay. Is anybody else doing similar work in your institutions that you might want to share with us? Everybody is being amazingly shy here. I think they've been stunned into silence by the quality of your presentation, perhaps. Hi, Dr. Sinha, do you want to say?
Yeah, please. I have a query. It's a wonderful, very interesting study. I just wanted to know if one of the children has some behavioral challenges, then how do you manage in a group, or do you take individually to that child? How do you assess, and how do you take this child in play?
In a group setting, right, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have observed children having behavioral meltdowns during a group session. We usually break them away from the group for some time, understand what is that. It can be a sensory need, or it can be as basic as using a bathroom, or something that they want to sit down and not to participate in the group. I think we give that time and space, and then again, when they are ready, they come and join us.
Okay. And do you do any sort of assessment before taking them in for individual or group sessions?
Of course, ma'am, we do.
Yeah.
We do assessments.
So, is there anything standardized or anything? Do you use any tool as such?
No, ma'am, it's only through observation, but we have some parameters because we are keeping play as our mode of facilitation. So we have some parameters according to for their communication, for their social skills, their family. We speak to the parents and all, but we don't have anything that is. It's all we have made our own assessment tools.
Thank you so much. Very interesting.
Thank you.
Very interesting study, actually. Okay.
Thank you, Anamika, for your questions there. Does anybody else have a question? No, I see no more hands raised. In that case, may I just say a big thank you to Divyatha for her excellent presentation today. It's been a pleasure having you with us. I hope you'll attend other sessions in the future. And can I make a plea to those of you out there who maybe haven't presented yet? Oh, we have.
There is a question. There is a question in the chat box. Sorry to interrupt you. There is a question in the chat box.
Yes.
Yeah, from Nikita. Do you have any suggestions for how families can create a play environment that is accepting and validating of a child's unique neurotype? Wow, was a broad question.
Yes, I think on everyday basis, or the time that we have with our parents, I think we keep talking to them. We keep telling them, we give them ideas how to make it more playful for our children. And there is nothing like a plan. Of course, we have a plan, but that plan has to be so dynamic that we need to change according to the child, and that's how we can make a playful environment for the child. I hope I've answered that question.
Thank you. Yes. Gertrude has raised her hand. Would you like to come in, please, Gertrude?
Yeah. Hi, ma'am. So
Yes.
I'm coming from a point of a preteen here who is nonverbal.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
say we don't want to make anything strenuous for them, whether it is a study related, or whether it is anything to do with the day-to-day activities. It is a phase where these kids try to show task avoidance, and also whine and cry their way out of doing something, right? So
Okay.
if I am to address his anxiety over here in a play-based way, like when there would be preteens and teens coming to your center as well. So
Yes.
how do you handle them? Of course, you did mention that you do assessments for them, and I believe for nonverbal you would be having some PEC system or something. But how do you introduce the factor that to address their anxiety and for them to be able to communicate their emotions? How do they work on that?
Yeah. So they're preteens. I think most of our the students who are coming, and they have an interest, ma'am, either in vehicles or animals and all that. So some of them will be kept there, or maybe some of them will calm down with a painting or a sensory play at that moment, or some clay activity. So I think just placing the materials there and not engaging with them at that moment will help them to engage with the materials, and that will help them to calm down. And what we have seen is, especially with preteens or teenagers, usually the toys or the manipulatives are not given to them, but actually they love to play with that. They love to engage with them, but their narratives will be very, very different from a child who is having a car or a truck. But because of the age and because of they are looking older, we don't tend to give them these toys to play with them. But we have seen when we have given them, they are able to engage. They feel some kind of a connection with the toy or a manipulative, and they settle down. Once they settle down, then we can have what happened. How are you feeling now? Did you like playing with that? Do you want to play something else now? And that's how we can bring them. And then we can talk about why they felt like that in the next sessions, coming up sessions.
Okay, I understand. So the first strategy is to calm them down.
Calm them
Give them something as a diversion, which preferably is something they like, and
They
calm
like.
them. Understood.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all very much. As I say, this has been a most stimulating session. I hope those of you who are sitting there who are also doing interesting work will get in touch with Rajesh and present to us in the future. So thank you for your attendance. I'm going to hand over to Rajesh for any final administrative details. Thank you, Rajesh.
Thank you, sir. And at the outset, I would like to thank Madam Divyatha for a wonderful session on the role of play in enhancing mental health for neurodivergent children and teens. Thank you so much. And it was really an interactive session and many questions were there. Thank you all for joining on this Friday evening for our webinar, IIRN webinar series 4.2. And we will again meet on the 29th of August with another IIRN webinar series, that is 4.3. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Professor Richard sir, Professor Jayanti Narayan madam, my coordinators, Dr. Anamika ji, and Dr. Nitika madam, and above all, the member secretary of IIRN, Dr. Himanshu Das. Thank you so much, everybody. We will meet again next month, 29th August, with yet another series. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot.